morning. So I know this is kind of last minute, but I wanted to get this video out and kind of wrap up this series a little bit because with the things that are going on in my family right now, I don't know if you guys all heard, but my stepsister passed away today. So there's going to be a lot going on in the next couple of weeks, and I might not be able to be on or around very much. So I just figured I'd get this video out and kind of get my mind off of what's going on in my personal life right now and spend a little time with you guys. So we're going to wrap up the Narcissist series for this anti-bullying month. And I've got some other things planned coming up. Probably either towards the end of this month or early next month. I don't know. Like I said, I'm probably going to be really busy the next couple of weeks. Hey, Alicia Kanzler. Hey, E Squared. Hey, DJ Moore. Yeah, guys, it's what a day. I wake up and I get the call from my dad that my stepsister had had a seizure and fallen into a brush fire that she had, made herself, raking up leaves and burning them in her yard. And her daughter found her, and they rushed her to Birmingham, Alabama hospital. And unfortunately, she survived about 4 hours, maybe 5 hours before she succumbed to her injuries. So my heart goes out to my stepmom and my stepsister's children. I wasn't close with her, but still, it's still family. And she was 43 years old, which is still rather young, and she is a mom of 3. And I can't imagine what it must be like to lose a child. I know some of our family here in the community have lost children, and it's just, I don't know if there's anything else worse in this life besides that as being a mother. And so I know my stepmom will never be the same, losing her daughter in this horrific freak accident way. Yes, it's horrible always, but when it comes so quickly, it's so much worse. Yeah, I mean, just out of nowhere, she's just cleaning up her yard and getting ready for fall. And, she had grand mal seizures, but, everyone thought they were under control enough to where she could be alone for a while. No one, it just came on out of nowhere. And unfortunately, right as she's putting leaves into a fire, I mean, yeah, so don't really want to talk about that because I'm not trying to get emotional here. I want to get on with this video and get this information out there. And then, like I said, I might just take a break for a little bit and handle family stuff and spend some time with loved ones. All right, so this video is going to be about once you've discovered that someone in your life is possibly, or without a shadow of a doubt, a narcissist or a sociopath, or God forbid, worse, a psychopath, but someone with those personality disorders. And hi, Lane. And you want to get away because you're never going to be happy with someone who has narcissist personality disorder. You do that, Alicia. Do what's best for you. We will be here for you and be here when you return. Thank you, E Squared. So yeah, they'll never allow you to be happy. You can fool yourself into thinking that you're happy, but deep down, you never are. They always find a way to make you miserable in some sense. So once you've discovered that someone in your life is a narcissist like this, you need to get away, and as soon as possible, but in a safe way. So we're going to go over some things that you can do to break away and heal yourself from a narcissistic relationship or friend or family member or coworker. Number one is, whatever you do, do not take the bait that they are putting out for you. Narcissists are like children trapped in adults' bodies. They can be aggressive, irrational. They will say things that are not true and things that are far from reality. You can't take anything that they say seriously because usually there's no true foundation. Or they'll take a little truth and they'll blow it out of proportion. When they start acting out, you just have to ignore them. Ignoring them kills the narcissist's ego. If you can successfully do this when they are acting out, when they want you to fight with them, when they want to trigger you for their own amusement, you can crush them by not feeding them. You can even talk to them like you would a child who's throwing a tantrum and say, what you are saying and how you are reacting is completely unacceptable. I will play no part in this. I'm not going to take this bait from you. And then just walk away and be done with it. They're going to continue to try to come at you. They're going to continue to try to get you to argue with them. They'll throw low blows, everything to try to trigger you to fight back with them, because they're so insecure on the inside and they're so unhappy with themselves that they cannot stand rejection. Okay, that is like their deepest, darkest, worst fear, is to feel rejected. So when they are trying to come at you and fight with you and trigger you, you have to just reject it and not feel guilty about it, because narcissists are really good about making you feel guilty. Number two, deflect attempts of manipulation and gaslighting. When they start messing with your thoughts, your beliefs, your perception on reality, hold on to what's true. Respond with, your opinions are yours and mine are mine. My reality is not how you are describing it, but you have a right to think what you want. You also have to say the same to the people the narcissists have smeared you to, because during a time where a narcissist is mad at you, they are going to smear you. That's really, I wouldn't even say the first step. I would say that's like a pre-step because they usually start smearing you to others before you even know that they're mad at you. All right. They set that foundation with trying to turn people against you long before they lash out at you and that you even know that you have a problem with them. Pray for my grandson. He married one and she has a hold on him. It is sad and it breaks my heart that I can't help him at this point. Her goal is to separate him from his family, especially the grandmas. Oh my gosh, Lane, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's exactly what they do. I will definitely pray for him. Hey, Daisy Joe. So you have to tell the people that the narcissist has smeared you to that, if they choose to believe what this narcissist said, then, that's up to them. You can't change their opinion. Let me see what Gypsy's talking about. I'm not surprised, Gypsy. Not at all. Okay, so you can't let the people that the narcissist have smeared you to affect you no more than you can allow the narcissist to affect you. You have to be authentic. You have to stand your ground with them, but you just tell them, you know, the story that you heard is not true. But if you choose to believe it, that's up to you. You know, take the higher ground and move on. This messes with the narcissist because they want nothing more but for you to react to them. Like I said, you know, they hate that rejection. For you to take what they say personally. They want to mess with your emotions and they want to live rent free in your head. This is how they have power over you. If they can make you fight with them or manipulate you, this gives them a control over you. And they're all about control. It gives them a sense of self-importance that they would lack otherwise. All right. So they love, and Lane, you know, you probably know what I'm talking about here. You've probably seen it happen. They love to have complete control over a person. And they do that by getting that person to lose friendships, supporters, you know, family members to turn on them, for people to doubt what you are saying is true, or to get people to kind of start to question your actions and the things that you say. And then at the same time that they're doing that to the people around you, to you personally, they're trying to manipulate you. They're trying to get you riled up, get your emotions going, and get you into the state where all you can think about is what they are doing to you and how to fight back, right? That's exactly what they want, because now they're living rent free in your head and they have complete control over you. He is military and they have a 1-year-old. He said she told him, I am following her to see what she's doing. I straight told him he knows that's a lie. Not so nice though. Yes, I'm sorry. It's having to deal with that too, Lane. They're nasty, nasty people. All right, step 3, create organization in your life. Narcissists suffer from an eternal chaos. Misery loves company, right? They want everyone in their life to be as disorganized and emotionally tortured as they are. You have to act the complete opposite of that, right? Remember, they're erratic, they're impulsive. They come up with plans, but they can't stick to them. They're all over the place all the time. But don't confuse that for them not being intelligent, because they are highly intelligent when it comes to manipulation, gaslighting, projection. It seems almost like they spend so much time in their head working up their next scheme, their next scam, their next lie, their next big story, that they're too busy doing that to be able to be organized. They want nothing more but to make you believe that your life is a mess. They will bring up every bad thing that you have ever done in your life to try and shame you. Try to convince you that you are worthless and that your life sucks. Another way they may do this is bringing you into their drama. Okay? They want to keep you invested in them till you are an emotional wreck all the time, because they're drama all the time. So when you're close to that narcissist and they suck you in with that charisma and charm, you know, and they make you feel like they're such an important person and everything they're going through is so much more important than what you're going through in your life. You get so sucked into that that their emotions become your emotions, and you start to pity them and feel bad for them, and you become their posse, their tribe, their support system, and most of the time it's all completely just made up and fake. And all of the trauma that you went through supporting this person, all the tears that you shed for them, all the time that you were stressed out, for them, it was all for nothing. But it's exactly what they want. It's because they are emotional energy vampires. All right. Dr. Phil has said this. Dr. Ramani has said this. There's several different doctors out there that will tell you that that's one of the best ways to describe any type of narcissist or sociopath, is that they are just emotional vampires. Okay. They feed off of your energy, and they want your energy to always be negative, because it empowers them and it masks their own emptiness that they feel within, the own insecurities that they feel in, the feeling that they have of being unimportant because of all the failures in their life. So they want you to feel the exact same way. So you have to keep yourself busy, and you have to prove them wrong. You have to create a schedule of organized events in your life that leaves no time for them. They cannot stand stability in someone's life. They hate to see that your life is in your own hands and that they cannot control it. They will keep trying, but if you stay authentic and true to yourself, they eventually will move on. So they seek vulnerable people. They seek bored people. They seek broken people, traumatized people. That's what they want to control and manipulate, destroy, and keep in that negative pattern at all times to feed off of them. But as soon as you rise up and say no more, you figure out who they are, what they're doing, and you break away and you move on with your life and you stay busy, you do something good, okay? Maybe you find a way to help others in your community, or whatever it is. They're going to keep trying because they want to bring you back down. But if you don't let it happen, then they eventually have no choice but to move on, because they're not being fed by you. They're not getting that supply that they need off of you. Number 4, you can use their own image against them. Narcissists are extremely image driven, right? They want people to see them in a certain way, in a certain light. Normally, you will see them act charismatic, charming, funny, pretending to be kind, pretending to have a big heart. This is how they get their supply and validation they desperately seek. They're really good at exploiting things too, like finding a cause that a lot of people care about, finding a hot topic that everybody's on, and then exploiting the crap out of that, pretending like that they really care and that they have this big heart and they want to seek justice. But really, it's all just attention and then validation that they get from everybody who's all like, oh, look how much time, effort, and work that they're putting into this. But no, it's just exploiting for their own gain. So you can compliment them on a few things that they are good at. Mention some good things that they have done, maybe a good quality that they have. They're not 100% evil. Okay? They're going to accept your compliment, right? It's because it boosts their ego. It's going to automatically put them in that validation high that they seek. Right after you do that, though, be honest and bring up a few things that they have done that disappointed you, lies that they have told to hurt you. If the narcissist does have any empathy at all, they will agree with you during this time that they are on their validation high. They might even apologize to you. They're not going to change, but you can get some peace before you walk away from that moment apology that they gave you, or admitting that they had wronged you and done you dirty. Number 5, and this is the end, just focus on your life, okay? Focus on your own healing. Focus on educating yourself about narcissism and personality disorders. They have no fight whenever you do this, because you're able to see right through them, all of their tactics and their games and their lies, their manipulations. They're not going to work on you anymore, because as soon as they start it, you're going to recognize it. Their threats, their smear campaigns, their allegations, their attacks are all going to fall upon deaf ears, because you know exactly what they're doing. And you know by now that the people who fall for it, for their lies that they tell on you and the things that they say during their smear campaigns, are people you probably don't need in your life anyways. I've said this before. If you know who you are, and the people closest to you know who you are, because they've seen you, how you live and the example that you lead in your life. And it doesn't matter what people online say about you, what people are talking about behind your back at work, what they're telling some acquaintances of yours that don't know you very well, and what if they believe it or not. It should not matter, because you know who you truly are, and the people most important to you know who you truly are. The rest can kick rocks. You don't have to be loved by everyone. You just don't. If you feel like you should be loved by everyone, then you might have some narcissistic tendencies yourself. You can tell others what they are doing so that they can see it as well. You can get a support system. Narcissists always go away when you are strong, and then they'll come back and try to suck you in again. But if you kindly just tell them in a nice way, sorry, but I know what you're doing. Usually they're going to come back at you, a few months down the road, and they're going to have a sob story. They're going to tell you that something awful happened in their life, and they were thinking of you as they were going through it, and the friendship you used to have, or the relationship that you used to have, and how you've been there for them. Things like that. Hey, Barely Human in the Hood. I love her name every time I see it. So they're going to try to suck you back in by playing on your emotions. All right. But if you're aware of this and you know this is going to happen, then when it happens, you can respond back with, hey, John, dear girl, I'm not sure if I said hi or not. You can respond back with, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm sure you can find some counseling or some therapy around town, or maybe look up a local church. Set up boundaries to them immediately. This is telling them, look, I hate this happened, but I'm not going to be sucked back into you anymore. If they keep on afterwards, after you've put that boundary up, then unfortunately you just have to ignore them and move on. All right. Once they've tried this a couple of times and they can't pull you back in, they will go away. Okay. So you have to kind of speak to them in a way that a therapist would speak to them, because they will quickly run away from that and they will stop coming back. The last thing they want is someone seeing them for what they truly are. You are nothing to them if they cannot feed off of you, if they can't control you and their emotions. All right. So they don't want to be around a strong person who can see right through them. a person who can just constantly, firmly, politely call them out for what they're doing, because then they're forced to have to face who they really are. And that's terrifying to them. That's why most sociopaths, narcissists, psychopaths will not go to therapy. Okay, they will not go and sit and talk to someone who will in turn kind of show them where they're wrong on things, you know, or give them ideas on how they could have handled something better. Hey, Sarah, I'm almost done, darling. You know, they're just not going to do that. It's like being forced to look and stand in a mirror and look into their own eyes and see their own soul. It's terrifying for them. So if you're a truly authentic person, if you're an empath, you know, and you're educated in their games and how they gaslight, how they manipulate, how they use, and how they just want to keep you in a negative emotional state all the time. You now have the power over them, which is their biggest fear. Okay. They can't control you anymore. And you just have to be the bigger person and refuse to play their games, refuse to fight back with them. There's no sense in even trying to really confront them, because they're just that's at them is fighting words. That just means you're still interested in them. You're still invested in them. They must still be getting to you because you're giving them the time of day. That continues to supply them. They still think they have some power and control over you as long as you continue to feed them, as long as you continue to supply them. So the only way to truly break away from them is to get yourself together to where they don't affect you emotionally anymore. Even the people around you that they have smeared you to, you can't let those people affect you anymore either. You have to stop caring what everybody thinks and know who you are. Work on self-healing. Work on seeing your value. Staying busy, doing something in your life that makes you feel proud of yourself, that makes you see that you're not the dirt, the scum, the trash that they try to make you out to be. Okay? And just walk away. Stop engaging altogether. And, you know, on here, I've heard a lot of people say, I have walked away. I have stopped engaging, but they just won't stop. There should never have been a but there. It should just be, I have walked away and I have stopped engaging. No but. Because anytime there's a but, that means they still have power over you. And they can still get you to keep going back and playing their game over and over again. You just don't care. When someone comes to you and says, so-and-so just said this about you. So-and-so just put out this big allegation about you. Your response should be, okay, well, I get it. I understand why you might care about that. Thanks for letting me know, but I don't care. They can think what they want. They can feel what they want. They can believe what they want. I know what's true, so I don't care. And then you move on and you do your thing. And you might have to do that 100 times, depending on how many people this narcissist has smeared you to. Okay. Or how many connections that you have with friends, family, acquaintances between you and the narcissist. You might have to keep doing that over and over again, but eventually it will end. People will move on. Okay, the narcissist will move on. And that's truly the only way to fight back that actually works. And it's hard because you have to be strong. And it's hard to be strong when someone's bashing you, when someone's bringing up your whole life history and every bad thing that you've ever done, everything you've ever said, and they're twisting it, they're blowing it out of proportion and just really trying to make you look like a horrible person. You know, that doesn't feel good at all. But like I said, if you truly know who you are and you are not ashamed of yourself because you are growing in life and you're a new person every day because you've learned something different, you've worked on yourself, you've healed an additional 24 hours, then you can and will get to a point where it does not matter what people think about you anymore. It just doesn't. You focus on the ones who do love you. Focus on your relationship with the Lord. And just focus on continuing healing. They will go away. So that's it. That's all I have to say. And I'm going to end this whole series on narcissism. If anybody has any questions, I'll go ahead and answer them. Let me see what some of you have said. She don't know this grandma is not going anywhere. I will expose her to the world. She is a full-blown narcissist, and I am the full-blown empath. There you go, Lane. Mods were being mean to Mama T. I think Mama T is a strong woman, and I think with the right support and help that she can be the kind of person that I just described where she lets this stuff roll off of her back. Very good series, Alicia. Opened my eyes to a lot. Thank you, Daisy Joe. I really do hope that this helped a lot of people. I know that, learning all of this and studying it throughout years and years really helped me in dealing with my relationship with my dad. And he doesn't even try me today. I was talking to some people in the family about how much that he has changed since he gave his life to the Lord. And some of them agreed, and then some of them were like, I don't know if he's changed so much or if he's just gotten better at it in his old age. And so I was thinking about that, and I'm like, maybe, there's a possibility that he hasn't really changed a whole lot. Maybe he has just gotten better at it, but he doesn't try it on me anymore. He doesn't do it to me anymore. And it might just be because he knows I will not take it. I won't deal with it. I love him, but I'll quickly turn away from him and just give it to God and pray for him. And I'll do that to anybody. I mean, some people says that's cold. Maybe it is, and forgive me if it is cold. But when I come across someone in my life who does nothing but cause me emotional turmoil or takes and never gives, or is always drama, I can walk away pretty easily and not look back. I might keep them on a prayer list, like I said, and pray for them. But when I'm done, I'm done. Yeah, right, Lane. If you haven't had to deal with one, count your blessings. It's probably the closest to personally knowing a demon than you'll ever get, I think. All right, guys. I know that there's some people that are going live soon, and I don't want to go over their time. And it sounds like my daughter just hopped in the shower that's in the room right next to me, so it's going to get loud. So I'm going to get off here. Thank you guys for praying for my family. I really appreciate it. Please continue to keep them in your prayers as we go through funeral arrangements, and then of course having the funeral. And the next couple of months are just going to be really hard for my stepmom. I mean, like I said, she'll probably never be the same. But I love you all, and thank you guys for showing up and listening. And I'll see you guys around on the YouTube streets. Good night, guys.